Welcome to That's My Biz, the Internet Business Showcase, where we bring exposure to products, services, and special causes of local businesses and organizations. Thank you so much for joining us. We are coming to you live from the BizLinks TV studio. Brought to you by Southeast Computers, repairs, upgrades, custom builds, and restorations. SoutheastComputersATL.com. Hi everyone, I'm Pamela Alexander, your host of That's My Biz. Welcome to another wonderful episode where we love to bring to you the small businesses, nonprofits, and associations that we meet when we're out there networking. And I have with us today our guest, Nadine Mullings. Welcome, Nadine.
Thank you so much, Pamela. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Now, we want to remind you that you can watch this episode in our archives at www.bizlinks.tv. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/BizLinksTV. Subscribe, give us your thumbs up, and give us your feedback and your comments out there as well. Now, I want to dive right in to tell you about our guest, Nadine Mullings. Now, she is passionate about assisting small business owners to market and promote their businesses both online and offline. She's helped many small business owners to attract new clients, get repeat business, and build a strong social network through proven online and offline marketing activities. Now, her company, Marketing Essentials by Nadine Mullings, they're a marketing agency specializing in marketing strategy and planning for small business owners, and her key specialties include email marketing, social media marketing, blogging, and text marketing. So we're going to have a great show today because you know I love talking about marketing. I love talking about technology. So the first thing I want to dive into when we just talk about marketing itself, the importance of a business having an actual marketing plan.
Yes. Yeah, so that is super important. A lot of people like to skip that step and they don't want to put it down on paper. And I always tell people just from taking it from your mind and putting it down on paper is going to produce results for your business.
Right.
So you want to be very strategic, and putting a marketing plan in place that's written down is the key thing that you need to do in order to be strategic. So that's why I think it's super important for all small business owners to make sure they have a written marketing plan for their business.
Okay, and you heard the key she said, having it written,
yes,
not just having the ideas of what you want to do with your marketing. Now, do you help the businesses with doing that and developing their marketing plan?
Oh, definitely. I have a step-by-step process. It's actually answering 9 key questions. Okay. So once you answer just 9 key questions about your business, you will have a marketing plan. That's it. People get so overwhelmed and they think that, oh my gosh, this is going to be such a long process to put this marketing plan together. Right. But simply answer the 9 questions, and usually I coach them to make sure they're thinking about it correctly. Okay. After that process, you have a complete marketing plan for your business.
Now, you can't beat that. You can't make it any more simple than that. And you're right, so many small businesses, because it's already hard enough to get your business plan done.
Definitely.
And then you're telling me, now I got to have the marketing plan on top of that. So being able to address it from a nice, simple way of your 9 questions is key. Now, I can imagine that one of the questions has to do with their target audience.
Definitely. That's the first one.
Okay, so talk about a little bit about that and the importance of that, especially in tied to marketing.
Yeah, so definitely. A lot of people have a fear of niching themselves and selecting a target market because the initial response is that they're going to eliminate people or exclude people. So I hear a lot of people in networking events say, my target market is anyone. Like, say, for example, skincare. They'll say, anyone who has skin. Exactly. And I'm like, well, we can't help you, and you can't reach your target audience by saying anyone. You have to be very specific. What's the age group that we're looking at? Gender, income level. Those are key things. Even psychographics. A lot of people just think about demographics, but psychographics includes things like personality. Where are they hanging out? What are they doing? Your marketing will only be successful if you have a target market in mind. That's the key thing.
So now what's the importance? So once I kind of have the target market, and you're so right, people are really hesitant. They want to do business with everyone. Exactly. But we do find you get the better results when you focus on that target. Not that you're excluding anybody, because if somebody else wants to come and do business with you, you're going to do business with them. But it's just who you're focusing on for your marketing.
Exactly.
So with that, with the target market, how does it affect how you actually market, though, once you know who that target is?
So the key thing is your messaging. So once you have your target market, now you have a way to message yourself. You need to think of targeting that one specific person that fits into your target market, and then your messaging needs to reflect that.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure the images that you use, the words that you use are going to attract that specific target market. So those are the key things that can make you practice what I like to call attraction marketing versus going out and trying to run after everyone. You start to attract people because you're using the right messaging, you're using the right words, and you're using the right images, and you can only achieve that by knowing who you're trying to talk to.
Okay, and then with that, then now you're meeting them where they are, because one, you know where they are, because now you know who they are, you know where they are. I think, and in talking about that, a great example, a great type of marketing, how it's so focused is the text marketing. So when you're using text messages to market, talk a little bit about that, because that's not my fan favorite, but that's me personally.
Right.
But you know, it's a huge market out there to do it. So talk a little bit about on the text marketing side, kind of who's that audience?
Right. So text marketing is huge. I mean, I look at it right now as the beginning stages of email marketing, say 15, 20 years ago. When email marketing was new and we got that email and we got an email from a company, a person was like, "You've got mail." You know, we've all heard that term. It was exciting. It was like awesome. It was great. So text messaging is kind of at that stage right now where you get your text message, whether it's from a company that you've opted into, that's key, or whether it's an individual. You're excited to get the text message and answer it and read it. So you're not as overwhelmed like email is right now. So that's why it's key. The great thing about text message marketing is everyone has a smartphone. Almost everyone has a smartphone, and the smartphone tends to be on their hip or by their side. So it's really a key place where you can reach your audience. So I'm super excited about text message marketing because it's just at the baby stages, I feel. You know, there's SMS and then MMS, which is multimedia texting. So we're just reaching that stages where you can do a lot more with text message marketing, and it's convenient because people always have their smartphone by them. The key thing I do want to mention, though, is opt-in. Just like email marketing, you don't want to spam people with text message. So it has to be individuals that have opted in to receive your information. So once they've opted in, they've agreed to communicate with you on that channel. So they've agreed to get text messages from you. So they're not going to be annoyed or frustrated like, why is this company texting me? And you want to make sure that what you're sending them is of value. So that's key with text message marketing.
Some important points about that. And I must agree, because even though I say it's not for me, there actually are 2 restaurants that I get that I opted into, and I get their messages because they do have that value, and that's the only reason. Otherwise, you know, I say my smartphone is for my convenience, not for your convenience. So, but at the same time, I have to look at what does my audience prefer. So it's not even just about me and the way I want to do it, but if that's my audience and that's how they want to communicate, I want to make sure that I'm there. So now, in talking about text messaging, how does someone get started with text messaging?
So it's key. The first thing is you have to work with a text messaging provider service. So similar to an email service provider, a system that's going to allow you to automate and send out your text messages. Once you sign up with that particular system, then it allows you to automate messages to a group of people. So once you sign up, the 2 key things they're going to give you is a keyword. So you select a keyword that's identified for your business. Say, for example, your keyword is sale. And then you get a short code number, which is a 5-digit number or 5 to 6-digit number. So someone would text sale to your 5-digit number, and once they do that, they've opted into your text message list. And say, for example, you're given a coupon or something, then you'll text them back a coupon code or something along those lines. So the first step would be, number 1, sign up for text message provider, and then number 2, select your keyword and your short code, and then you can move from there to start to think about different creative campaigns that you can use to reach out to the people that have now opted into your text message list.
So how does your company interact? What services do you provide for a business that wants to get started with text message marketing?
Okay, so the key thing is, like I always say, is strategy, having a plan. So no matter what platform you're using, email, social, text, or blogging, the first step is what is the plan around this? Why are we doing text message marketing? What are we trying to achieve? What's your call to action going to be? What are your campaigns going to be? So I help my clients to really step back and think about the strategy for text message marketing. So we put that plan on paper. Remember the importance of getting it out of your head and down on paper. We put your text message marketing plan on paper. Once that's done, we then look into the different systems, and we pick the right system for your business so you can actually have the technology to send out the text messaging. And then a lot of times some of my clients need support. So if they need support in actually getting their campaigns done, my company will offer support. So I always tell people it's always strategy, system, and support. No matter what level of marketing you're thinking about, you have to have a strategy, you have to use a system. And if you need support, get the support.
I love that. I love that. That's a perfect combination right there. Now, so we got the text marketing. Then you also offer blogging.
Yes.
And helping business with blogging. How do you work with them in the blogging side?
So blogging is very similar in you need a strategy. So a lot of people, I say there's a blog graveyard out there. Because a lot of people start a blog. They have all intention, I'm going to blog every week and I'm going to blog about this and blog about that. And a month into it or 2 months into it, they can't keep up. And the blog is dead. And it's gone to the blog graveyard. So again, the key step is strategy. What is your blogging strategy? A lot of my clients are coaches and consultants, and as a coach and a consultant, you have to be an expert in your field or thought leader. That's why blogging is super important, not just for all small business owners, but coaches and consultants in particular, because you want to put your expertise out there. And the key way that you can put your expertise out there is to have a blog. And the blog can look different for different individuals. For example, you can have a video blog. If you feel comfortable in front of the cameras and the bright lights, then you put your video out there on a weekly, monthly, whatever schedule you decide. If you're a great writer and you love to write, and you want to do a blog post, written blog post, and you keep up with a schedule on that, then you can do writing. You can do a combination. There's so many different ways that you can blog, but you just have to be committed, number one, and you have to have a plan and schedule it out and think about your topics. And once you do that, then you're putting your information out there online and people can actually find you, and that helps you grow your business.
Now, do you suggest having someone like yourself or a third party that actually writes your blog post, or is it more that you need someone to get it out there for you? What's the importance of that individual actually being the one that writes the post?
So I always say it depends. The first thing it depends on is if you have the time. If you have the time to sit down and do the videos or write the blog post, then I feel it's better for the coach or consultant or small business owner to do it themselves, because they know their business, they know the tone they're trying to reflect. But it's a super busy world, and sometimes people don't have time, so they outsource it. If you choose to outsource it, it's key that the person that you outsource it to understands your company, understands the tone and feel of your blog and your company in general. So the key thing in outsourcing is just to make sure you're outsourcing it to someone that's going to keep the tone of your company and personality of your company genuine and authentic to your brand.
Now, are there certain businesses or companies that blogging isn't good for?
That's a good question, and to be honest, I can't think of one.
Can work for almost everyone. It's just a matter of your content.
Every industry needs to educate their consumers. So I can't think of an industry, unless it's like a super secret industry and they don't want to educate people. Maybe the CIA or I don't know, or what FBI. They don't want you to know stuff, so they're not going to blog it. But think of it as education marketing. So if you have an audience that needs to be educated, then blogging is going to work for your business.
Okay, I definitely agree with that. And then now let's move into one of my favorite topics, which is email marketing. Because we have all these different types of methods of marketing. But when we talk about email marketing, what are the services that you provide to businesses on that side?
Okay, I hate to sound like a broken record, but it's strategy, systems, and support.
It's
the three things for everything. So the first thing is I help my clients with the email marketing strategy. So what does your email marketing calendar look like? What are the topics you're going to cover each month? What are the holidays that you can write emails about? So pulling back my clients and making sure that they have an email marketing plan and strategy in place before they sign up for a system is the first thing I help my clients with. Then once we get through that, then we talk about what's the right system for them to use. There's different systems out there, MailChimp, Constant Contact, Aweber, Infusionsoft. There's so many of them out there, but we have the conversation as to what they're trying to achieve, pick the right system for them, and then again the third piece is support. If they need support in getting that email out, then my company does that too. So strategy, systems, and support.
I love it, I love it. So now, is there one system over the other that you use, or just based on what your client prefers, or is it based on maybe what you prefer because you're the one managing for them?
So my preference is Constant Contact. I am a solution provider with Constant Contact, and I've used several systems, and I just love the usability of Constant Contact. It's very user friendly. So I recommend that. However, if I have a client that's already on MailChimp and they don't want to move over, I never force anyone to move systems. Yeah. My recommendation is Constant Contact. However, if you're already using a MailChimp or Aweber, we can help you with that too.
Okay. Now, since we're talking about the different types of marketing, we talked about texting, blogging, we'll get into social media marketing as well, but specifically when we talk about email, isn't email going by the wayside because of social media?
Absolutely not. No, and more no. I can't emphasize that enough. I always tell my clients, your email list is the heart of your company. It's the core of your company. Social media is not taking over email. Right. Social media is like visiting someone's house or apartment or a party and participating on that. Email is having your own house and your own party. So it's very important for you to have your own party by making sure you're growing your email list, making sure you're adding people, making sure you're providing valuable content via email. So email is not dead. It's not going anywhere. And if you have an online business, you need to have an email list.
Absolutely. Everyone, you heard it. You don't just hear it from me. But the fortune, the money really is in the list.
Definitely.
And that's what you're trying to do, even with your social media marketing, is driving that traffic back.
Exactly.
Because ultimately, it's getting your content out to them and pushing that content to them. Right. So social media marketing. So now, in talking about, because we talk about this a lot in different episodes with guests, but on the social media side, is there one platform over the other that's better for a particular business?
So this is the thing that I tell my clients. There's two things you need to look at when it comes to a social media platform. The number one thing is your client. It goes back to your target audience. Okay. Each platform actually attracts a different type of audience. For example, Instagram tends to trend younger. So you have more younger people on Instagram. LinkedIn tends to trend more professional individuals. So once you know who your target market is, it makes it easier for you to know what platform that you need to be on. And then the second piece is your business. Certain platforms showcase certain businesses better. For example, a visual company like fashion or food does really good on like a Pinterest or an Instagram because their product's very visual. So you want to be on a visual platform. So the key thing is think about your business and think about your target audience and how you can showcase your business on that platform and how you can reach your ideal target market. Those would be the two things you need to think about when deciding on what social media platform.
Okay, great. So now, how do you work with your clients as it relates to their social media? Are you kind of the what do they call it, the wizard behind the curtain that's really doing the post for them and it's not really them? What do you do with your clients?
So again, hate to sound like a broken record, but I help them with a social media strategy. Okay. So a lot of people jump on Facebook or Twitter and they say, oh, I need to be on Facebook because everyone's on Facebook. Right. Oh, I need to be on Instagram. It's the latest and the greatest. But I pull them back and I say, why are we on Instagram? Okay. Why are we on Twitter? What's the plan? What are we trying to achieve? So we put together a written social media strategy out of the head and down on paper. Once we do that, then we talk about what tools they can use to automate the process and schedule their posts. And then the third piece is support. I only offer support after they have their strategy and system in place. So then if they do need the help with someone posting for them and scheduling for them, my company does offer that support to my clients too.
Okay. So now, because with social media especially, I have so many businesses that I talk to that they're afraid to just push those buttons because one, they think they've got to be on everything. Do you have to have a presence on all the major social networks?
You do not, and in fact I don't recommend it. I say, especially as a solopreneur, coach, or consultant, or independent business owner, you have a lot on your plate. So you want to start off with one or maybe two key social networks that is ideal for your business, and work those and understand those platforms and start to see return from those platforms before you even think about moving on to another platform. So I recommend one or two, and then if you want to move up to 3 or 4, because you don't want to be overwhelmed and you want to be effective and efficient, so you kind of have to slowly get into it and not just say, I need to be on everything.
That's good. You all heard it here. Nadine, just a wealth of information, and I know we could get into each and every one of these topics and have a show on each and every one of these. So we definitely want to make sure that we talk with you more and get into more nitty-gritties of this. But everyone, I want to make sure that you all reach out to Nadine. So for those of you that need help with this, you need that strategy, because I think that is an area where people are really lacking on the strategy side. So they're just kind of out there posting. Exactly. But having a method and a system behind what you're posting and why you're posting. Nadine, tell everyone how they can get in touch with you.
Well, the best place to start would be my website. Okay. So that's NadineMullings.com. And then also, of course, on social media, I'm on Twitter at Nadine Mullings. Facebook, it's my company name, facebook.com/marketingessential. You can reach me there. And also on LinkedIn, you can always reach out to me, Nadine Mullings. So those will be the key platforms that you can get in touch with me. And definitely, if you need some help in those areas, I'm here to help.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us today, Nadine.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Everyone, I hope you got some good nuggets. Please go back and replay this episode. Write down some of your thoughts and your ideas. Make sure that you reach out to Nadine, especially in talking about getting that strategy together, your marketing plan together. She'd be a great resource for you, so we'll make sure that you do connect with her. Also, we want to remind you that you can watch this episode and others on our archives at www.bizlinks.tv. Be sure to go out to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Give us thumbs up out there on our shows. Let us know which ones you're enjoying, and please feel free to share any of your comments out there as well. And that's youtube.com/bizlinkstv. And lastly, don't forget that you can check us out on Facebook as well and follow our page. And that is at facebook.com/bizlinkstv. I'm Pamela Alexander, your host of That's My Biz. And remember, with BizLinks TV Network, we want to expose your business to the world. Thank you for joining us. Today's show can be viewed on demand on our website at www.bizlinks.tv. If you are interested in having your products, services, or special cause showcased on our program, submit an inquiry to that'smybiz@bizlinks.tv. In addition, information on advertising and hosting your own show can be found on our website at bizlinks.tv.